Hi, and welcome back to Wicked Wands Tarot. My name's Carmen, and today we have a reading about somebody that is free, finally, or moving away from somebody that has been a negative influence. It feels to me like a really selfish feminine energy, but of course, gender doesn't mean too much when we're talking about tarot and oracle cards. So lay whatever gender applies for you. Good morning, Miss Joanna. Good morning, Miss Christina. Hello, Kevin. How are y'all doing today? So let's call in spirit and see what else we can find out about this. A little bit of wind chime time. Sorry, that was a little bit more than normally what I do. Oh, you guys are so awesome. All right, so let's find out a little bit more with the situations deck. I hope you're having a wonderful day. It is the 13th. It's my favorite number. So it's going to be a good day today, you guys. So we have the history, past happened, and lockdown in the reverse. Well, that is definitely a confirmation. I hope you enjoyed that ridiculous laugh of mine. We've got something that happened that trapped somebody, made them feel like they couldn't move forward, but now they can. So they have found the key to, free themselves. They have let go of the fear. They have spoken up for themselves. This is a really good sign for somebody, even if like you don't know who it is. You're just like, yay. Hello there, Pharaoh. How are you doing? Good morning. We have denial and drama queen in the reverse. I'm sorry. I just have to point out we have Egyptian stuff and then we have denial. All right. I know I'm a weirdo. We've got somebody who doesn't want to realize what's actually going on here, but I feel like this is somebody who is trying to hold back in terms of, like, yes, they might be selfish, but they aren't causing chaos. So the question is, are they going to when they accept the truth? This feels to me like somebody who thinks a relationship that has ended will most certainly come back together, right? Hello there, Paul. How are you doing? Hello, Tom. Welcome. So it could be that this person is unaware of the seriousness of the situation. So this drama queen in the reverse could end up being a drama queen in the upright once she realizes that somebody has actually left the scene, right? We have unconditional, genuine, certain love, and escapade. Well, this looks like a movie screenplay or something. We've got somebody who feels confident about leaving this particular situation because they are in love with someone else. There's a desire to move in silence or keep some sort of element of secrecy here. And that could be why we have the drama queen in the reverse, right? If this person doesn't know that there is competition or there is somebody else this person is thinking about, that could be why. All right, let's. You know what I want is the Golden Lenormand. We'll see what they have to say for us today, and then we'll dive into that. What else do we have? Yeah, see, we have somebody who's totally in love here. This feels like the kind of love that pushes you to be a better person, challenges you to stand up to difficult situations or difficult people. Very much so giving me the vibe of, like pick one of those dramas they have on like Netflix and Hulu where they're like, in the 1600s dealing with a really controlling society or family, but I'm in love with the chauffeur. That's so Downton Abbey. Like there's something here about like feeling controlled by a spouse or even a family member because of a spouse, right? Like expectations that you stay in that marriage, that kind of thing. And then realizing, no, I'm actually free to go. Like I can make a change here. I can make a difference. Um, but their partner or the person that they left is struggling to accept that this is actually an end. So then we have the garden, and this represents the community. Hello there, Village Witch. Best name ever, I swear. We've got somebody here who feels, okay, this is interesting, who feels like a community of people is in love with this person, whoever they love. So they feel unconditional love for somebody and also know that other people are admirers or interested in this person as well. There's like this community of people that all kind of got drawn into somebody's allure, right? Well, I'll take it, Tom. We have the sun and the cross. This is really beautiful. So, wherever you are in this story, this person who feels like they're finally free, they are no longer confined or, you know, unable to pursue their love interest. This person has gone through the dark night of the soul. This cross card is the last of the Lenormand. Number 36 is the last one. And it implies that you've gone through a really difficult time and found a way to stay focused on something that gives you hope or faith, right? So you have the ability to endure this difficulty because you have the expectation or the belief that the light at the end of the tunnel will be worth it. So you made it. Oh my gosh, Joanna, that's crazy. I'm glad she caught it. That is not a number that should be, accidentally typed into a cash register. That sounds ridiculous. All right, let's move to the Tattoo Tarot. But I do have to say, if you resonate with going through the dark night of the soul and keeping faith that things will get better, I applaud you. It's not everyone that can, stay focused on what the end goal is or keep your eyes on the prize, if you want to say it that way. Ooh, lordy. Okay, so we have the Fool in the reverse and the Death card and a need for some Dr. Pepper. All right, you guys. Somebody here was so confident in their ability to keep somebody in a relationship that they didn't really feel the need to put forth the effort to make sure that person still wanted to be with them. Yes, you do, Miss Joanna. So this feels like somebody who is so certain that they have control over another person that they don't really feel like they have to do anything to win that person over or make sure that they're still happy. This is like kind of like the Six of Wands in reverse, like overly confident, like I've got you, you're not going anywhere. This could be as a result of somebody being a little bit too in love with themselves, assuming that everybody falls for them, or assuming that they can get away with whatever they want with no consequences, something along those lines. But they didn't really feel like this person who feels free would have had the ability or the tenacity, whatever, to actually end things, which is why I think there's still a little bit like in disbelief, right? Like, they'll come back to me. For some of you, this is because this is a codependent or was a codependent relationship. There could be some sort of financial backing that this drama queen in the reverse was offering. We have the Page of Pentacles. For some of you, this is like they were really or are really connected in the community, and there could have been like a job tie, like I work for your uncle, or your, person's father owns the police department, like owns. Like there's some sort of I have this over you, so you can't leave, that somebody finally worked through. So we might see the devil in the reverse because it feels like somebody was able to identify something in their life, not as a loving bond, but as something that bound them, something that was a responsibility that they maybe didn't necessarily sign up for. Tom, that sounds awful. We have the Queen of Cups, and she's clarifying the drama queen in the reverse. This is interesting to me because one thing that you notice on this card is there are two identical little like mermaid like feminines at the bottom. It feels to me like, you know how there were like rules and the Mean Girls. Who's the Regina was like the queen. It feels to me kind of like somebody was the darling of the community, kind of expected to be influential or powerful. There's something here where people looked up to this person or do look up to this person, and they kind of hide their trickiness. Like I feel like I'm on Desperate Housewives territory here, like somebody who always is in other people's business, and kind of strong arms other people into doing what she wants. Like this feels like somebody who knows how to pull strings without people even really knowing that there were strings there to begin with. Two of Swords in the reverse. Page of Wands in the reverse. She is likely the reason why there's been no contact or low contact between the actual lovers here, the people who seem to have a love connection that has inspired somebody to walk away. Probably a masculine, doesn't have to be. We haven't seen too much about that person yet, other than our little Jack of Hearts over here. We have the sense here that somebody was a little bit my way or the highway, right? Like whatever I say goes. Three of Swords in the reverse. You can't fake energy. You can't make somebody fall in love with you. You can't make it seem like you have good intentions for people when you really don't, at least not over a long period of time. And there's something about the energy of this love interest that has, inspired someone to walk away from an unhealthy relationship. That energy is very healing. That person, they might come out as Temperance later, but this person was supportive or kind, generous. I think even like funny, right? Like there's this like breath of fresh air after having to deal with a bunch of stale lamos who just like, I shouldn't say that, who just, never take accountability. Like I feel like this was kind of like the Notebook, like you are so different from me. It's a breath of fresh air in that regard, but also your intentions or like how you interact with me or other people is something that is hard to forget, right? Like you leave your mark on people. Exactly. Six of Cups and the High Priestess. The High Priestess is somebody who is very wise, somebody who can kind of figure out a situation more easily than maybe most people do, right? Because they understand energy. Exactly. Pharaoh is talking about like how animals can kind of read that energy, and I totally agree. I'm a big believer in have a pet, get really close and be really kind to that pet, and then see how they react to other people that you bring around. I bet they have a pretty good idea who's an a-hole and who's not. Hi, Clive. How are you doing? So we have somebody here that I think saw through the BS, right? If this Queen of Cups energy is indeed really well respected in a community, kind of propped up, if you will, this person, this high priestess, would have like seen right through it. Like, oh yeah, no, it's a great show. It's a great facade, but I think we all know what lies underneath, right? Yes, exactly, Karen. So we've got somebody who realizes now that energy doesn't lie, and you can tell when somebody actually has your like best interest at heart. Notice how the little girl here is like handing over a rose. I want good things to happen for you, right? That kind of energy. You can't really fake that. And look, the older you get, the more you notice the kind of like understated elements of conversation, right? If I ask you how you're doing or how you slept or whatever, do you ask it back? If I ask, about a hobby or your work or whatever, do you know anything about mine? Have you ever asked? You know what I mean? Like there's this like volley, this um I want to actually know what's going on with you versus I'm sure we've all had a friend. They call you up and they're like, "Oh my god, you're not going to believe what happened to me. Listen to how this person treated me." And then the second that you want to talk about your own stuff, they're like, "Oh, I have to go. I just needed somebody to listen to my drama." Like, I've definitely had a few friends like that, and it's just, like, draining. Like, I'm not here to, like, sponge up your bad day and then, like, not be able to talk to you. Like, it's a two-way street, and I feel like once you have that kind of friendship or relationship, you start to compare others to it and ask, "Why am I doing this? Why am I helping somebody that doesn't really care about me?" And that's where this person started to see that they were being a little bit naive in their own relationship and that there should be maybe higher standards in terms of how somebody treats them. So a love started to grow, an appreciation for this person. We have the Queen of Pentacles. And look, I can't say like a ton of awful things about this drama queen in the reverse person because she's still in the upright, right? Queen of Cups, Queen of Pentacles. This is somebody that is respected in a community, looked up to in a community. But you can also see with this Queen of Pentacles card that there's like a focus on the pentacle. She's only looking at the money. So I do feel like this is somebody who places a little bit too much importance on uh, financial elements, being able to, brag about status, that kind of thing. Feels a little bit empty. Well, well. Temperance called it. It's also clarifying that healing energy, which if you rewind it, I'm pretty sure it was this card that I said we might see temperance, because we were talking about somebody having this healing energy, right? So first we have the Hanged Man. First we have a situation where somebody feels frustrated in their life or like they don't really have, you know, what they want. They don't feel like a zest for life. They feel like things are a little bit repetitive or empty, maybe even a little bit painful. And then out of nowhere, we have this moon card. I'm really aligning with the high priestess. We have this like surprise, this like mystery person that shows up who is all at once like fire and water. There's a balance here of being able to change things, but also being able to go with the flow. Like, might have to use the Edgar Allan Poe tarot next because the card in particular that I'm picturing for this High Priestess Temperance energy is that Queen of Cups card that's just standing in the middle of all of this like storming kind of energy, but looking peaceful. Like my hair is blowing in the wind, my boots are wet, there's water up to my ankles, but I'm good. There's something here very balancing, very healing, very comforting about this energy. All right, let's see if that Queen of Cups card comes up. It would be interesting too, because of course we already have the Queen of Cups for the other person, the person that I believe has been identified as our selfish woman. But it could also indicate that we have a little bit of kind of like a copycat energy. Like one person is trying really hard to be this kind of energy, and then that actual energy walks into the room. You know what I mean? Here we have the Fool, this time in the upright. The Fool in the reverse is right up here. So somebody has been inspired to take a new path, to take a risk, to make an escape. I mean, this definitely looks like an escape to me, doesn't it? We have the Knight of Swords and the Page of Wands in the reverse again. Page of Wands in the reverse. Where do we have you? Right here. Is a card about not communicating, avoiding something, not fully understanding what you have, right? So with this Knight of Swords energy, he's sitting there with a shovel, right? Like, I have to keep things quiet. So I feel like this person was keeping a truth to themselves, burying a truth. They didn't want to have something come out. And it could be just I'm not really happy in this life, right? I don't like who I've become or who I spend my time with. And with the Page of Wands in the reverse, this kind of feels like somebody who stopped telling people how they truly feel. God, this is such a weird reference, but it's what popped into my head. There was a Tom Hanks movie. Was it just called Philadelphia? I think it was Philadelphia, where he's like talking about when people ask you how you're doing, whether or not you should actually answer truthfully. That idea that when you ask somebody how you're doing, most people just want to hear you say, "Oh, I'm good," and then like move on to the like transactional or more like relevant part of the conversation versus people who ask you and actually want to know, like, do you feel comfortable telling this person, actually, I'm kind of bummed today, like this happened and I'm worried about that. um I think we could do better as a society in terms of asking that question and actually caring how somebody responds. Have you had a good day? Did you sleep well? Are you sick? Are you feeling well? Like, we could care about each other a little bit more. And I feel like that's a sentiment coming through this Knight of Swords. Like, somebody didn't feel like anybody actually cared about them until this Temperance energy showed up. Eight of Wands and the Tower in the reverse. There's something here about this Queen of Cups, Queen of Pentacles energy, really wanting to keep a facade going or, really being invested in what people in the community think about them and not wanting to lose something. I feel like there's an element here of I've gotten to a certain point in my life where I feel like I have to have a house, a husband, a kid, whatever it is. Those milestones where people feel like they're being kind of like judged for how well are you doing at life. Um, Literally, I'm picturing the game of life where you have the little car and you put the little people in there and you have to get married and you have to have kids. And this person didn't want to let go of some sort of white picket fence situation, like I want everyone to think I have a perfect life. I have a doting lover and an adorable child or whatever it is, right? Like very invested in what other people thought. But then very quickly, everything comes to a halt or stops or changes, right? And this tower in the reverse to me is very much so about something that was guarded or like, you can't take, like, this is mine. I'm not going to lose it. Someone went to great lengths to make sure they wouldn't lose this partner. So it feels to me like I'm going to make you dependent on my family so that you can't leave, like I'm going to make it so that your job is through somebody that I'm connected with so that if you piss me off, I can control you. There's some element of that here, like puppet master kind of thing. But very, very quickly, like on a dime, everything changes. This person says, I don't want to be with you anymore. I'm leaving. Maybe even just says it in a note and like dips in the middle of the night, like there is an end. Damn. Wow, that's beautiful. You guys, so we have the moon being clarified by the moon. It's like spirit saying, I already told you. There was a sense that this selfish feminine energy underestimated their partner's ability to keep a secret, underestimated their ability to want something more or be willing to change everything. I think we have a little bit of like a stoic energy where it might have been easier for this feels like masculine energy to be quiet. But there's something here with this justice card that's telling me I may have to sacrifice money that was easy, but it doesn't matter to me. I want to live in an authentic version of myself. I don't want to sell off my life just because you can pay for everything. Like there's something here about this family around this feminine energy having control in some way, and this masculine energy being like, don't care. You can't control me. Two of Wands. Ten of Wands. Yeah. There was a choice. The Two of Wands is a different direction, looking to see if there's a different choice, right? We have somebody here who is willing to go off on their own, even if it screws them up for a little bit, even if it's difficult in terms of, like finances. And all these people in the background, like, oh, that dude should not have done that, don't seem to actually have a good grasp on what's going on in the situation. They don't know what this guy's been through. He's willing to face, the difficulties in open seas versus having to live in this situation anymore. Now we have the Two of Swords, and I like this. This is in the upright. We had it in the reverse over here. Somebody who doesn't have all the information deciding, that's fine. Like, I'm still going to make something change because I'm not happy. I don't know where I'm going to land or how I'm going to land, but I'm definitely getting out of here. Temperance again. Yeah, so notice we had everything change here from the other energy, and now we have temperance showing up to balance the situation. This person is willing to risk a lot of difficulty because they know at the end of that journey is this temperance energy, right? Aw, I don't know what happened over there, you guys, but I hope everyone's all right. Um, we have the Knight of Cups. Someone feels free to make a love offer. And it's to somebody who is healed, somebody who knows how to be in a loving energy. This person gives back to themselves, knows their own self-worth. And this masculine energy is inspired by it. It's like, I learned how to treat myself better because I saw how you treated yourself. And that's beautiful, you know? Yes, I love that, Pharaoh. Exactly. Oh my. All right. Hmm. So I love seeing the sun. The sun is clarifying or confirming what we got from the Lenormand, the happiest card in the deck, enlightenment. And I mean, I gotta be honest, you guys, look at all these cards. These are very dark cards by the fact that it's inspired by Edgar Allan Poe, right? But we have a very happy card here. Lots of sunflowers. There's a reunion here. We have the Three of Cups in the reverse. That isn't necessarily what a community expected. So it feels to me like somebody basically said, that whole community doesn't support me, so I'm just going to leave. And that person over there, the temperance energy, does. So I'm fine. If it's just us two, that's fine with me. I'm going to create a new beginning. Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles is all about like that new, right? Like a new offer, a new opportunity, a dream that you want to pursue, right? Somebody feels like they can finally go after what they want. All right, let's get a little bit more for you guys. This is the Hidden Truth Oracle. So many things remind me of you. I am not available. I replay our conversations over and over. I know I was a distraction from your pain. I feel you leaving me behind. All right, one more. I want to be more than friends. So there is a fear that they're going to lose out here. If they, pursue this person, are they going to be single? Are they going to be interested? A little bit of a question mark here, it seems. All right, this is the Crow Tarot. And then I gotta go probably after that. The Devil in the reverse. I think I called that one too, because we were talking about somebody, the masculine energy, freeing himself from the situation that made him feel stuck. Page of Pentacles in the reverse. Eight of Pentacles. Even though it seemed hopeless or like nothing would change, this masculine energy was determined to find a way to a different situation, right? Oh my. All right, so we have Queen of Wands, Page of Wands, Page of Cups in the reverse. There's finally going to be communication here. This Queen of Wands is the Temperance energy. Queen of Wands, of course, being a warrior queen, so we definitely dig her vibes over here. This is somebody who knows how to pull in energy instead of chasing it, right? There's going to be communication here regarding a situation where somebody feels like they were immature, regarding a situation where somebody feels like they need to apologize or they need to, let somebody know what actually happened. King of Pentacles in the reverse. Somebody has, this is coming out to me as somebody who's no longer in a relationship. Then we have the High Priestess. There could be a sense here that this Queen of Wands or Temperance energy, also coming out as the High Priestess twice now, has felt this energy approaching, like, a little bit of predictive energy, right? Like, I know something has changed for this person. Holy cow, you guys, we have Temperance again. Every tarot that we used, Temperance came out. Interesting. Yeah, there's something here about like finally reuniting with somebody who really gets you, somebody who's on your page, on your level. We have the Magician. It's clarifying the Knight of Cups. So we have somebody here who feels like they can finally do what they need to do regarding a soulmate situation. With the Lovers coming out, I have the ability now to pursue the person of my dreams. Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, so where we have that I'm not available card, that feels to me more of like a past energy. Now we have the Nine of Pentacles, which is somebody who is single, somebody who is independent, somebody who's free, which aligns nicely with that imprisonment in the reverse card and the lockdown in the reverse card. Oh, but they're going to make an offer because now we have the 10 of Pentacles. So 10 minus 9 equals 1. There's an offer coming through here for this Temperance energy. All right, you guys, I'm going to leave it there. I hope you enjoyed the reading. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you on the next reading. Bye, guys.